Closing in on the finalists to fill the president's vacancy at Western Nebraska Community College. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in Western Nebraska and Eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Good evening, I'm Scott Miller, filling in for Ryan Murphy. Thank you for joining me. In our top story, the chair of the Western Community College Area Board of Governors says we could know the names of the 3 WNCC presidential finalists by the end of this week. Lynn Klemke, who also chaired the Presidential Search Committee, says that 18-member panel spent 11 hours on Tuesday vetting the semi-finalists for the post before narrowing down their selection to 3. Klemke tells us the trio of finalists will be invited to the campus in mid-November to take part in forums that she hopes will be well attended.
The more people that can attend, the better on the 13th. Faculty, staff, the public, students. That's the opportunity to really have to engage with those individuals. So that would be the day to have conversation and learn more about them.
Klemke and the board will then interview the candidates November 14th, and she tells us while it's possible the board could make their selection at the end of that day, announcement of the successful candidate would be delayed by notification to that person's current employer. The board is hoping to have the new president take the reins of the college by the first of the year. Nebraska will get an extra $266 million in tax revenue for the state budget between now and June 2021, based on new estimates that could give lawmakers more wiggle room to pay for state government services and cut property taxes. Members of the Nebraska Economic Forecasting Advisory Board approved the new projections today, citing a strong state economy. Under state law, about $161 million of that total will flow automatically to the state's cash reserve fund, which is designed for emergencies and one-time expenses. That will leave lawmakers and Governor Pete Ricketts with about $102 million in leftover money at their disposal in next year's session, accounting for accounting adjustments. Revenue Committee Chair Senator Luann Linehan says lawmakers need to use that money to lower property taxes. Well, straight ahead, Bill Boyer's got your midweek forecast coming up right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff. Where can you find gifts for everyone? TC & More has gifts for the holidays. The Christmas decor is up, and we're ready to help you make your holiday festive. From Santas to realistic flickering candles to give your home a warm glow. Next, check out our clothing and accessories for women, like stylish gloves and Myra bags. Stop in for drawings and hors d'oeuvres November 1st through the 3rd for our holiday open house. For the perfect gift, stop in and visit TC & More, downtown Scottsbluff. And we've extended our children's educational materials.
Meet Toberfest, the famous once-a-year sandwich celebration of all things beer, cheese, mustard, and pretzel roll, now happening all over the world, in America, in Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the Arby's Weather Center. Arby's, we have the meats.
Clear skies tonight, not much going on across the region. Temps fall into the 20s. It was a chilly day today. We didn't get that warm, but we didn't have the wind with us, thankfully. It'll be clear and cool tonight. We are going to turn warmer tomorrow and into the first half of Saturday, but a bigger storm system could be a big storm for us coming late Saturday into Sunday. And we could be looking at accumulating snows. In fact, I think the likelihood of that is increasing. 53 yesterday after a morning low of 27. We were dry again, had a couple hundredths, I guess, early yesterday morning in the rain gauge. So still about where we should be for the month here of October. Take a look at what's going on. We've got 42 in Casper, 41 right now over in Craig. It's only 34 in Laramie. 40s across the Cornhusker State. Pretty uniform in temperature right now, and they're pretty cool for this time of year. 48 Ogallala, 46 in Valentine. Lusk at 42, Cheyenne at 41. Winds are out of the west, primarily westerly, some northwest, southwest, but primarily westerly winds. And they're lighter. Notice they're only in that 5 to 10 miles an hour, which is much better than where it has been. Well, we're not done with alerts here yet. We still have winds to be concerned about for, these are for the day on Friday, especially into Saturday. Already high wind watches from west of Cheyenne, those wind-prone areas under high wind watches, and also over towards the Elk Mountain area and the Medicine Bow area. Again, high wind watches posted for Saturday. Let's take a look at our bus stop forecast tomorrow. Sunshine when you get on the bus. It'll be pretty chilly. Temperatures only in the 20s on your way to school. Heading home in the 60s. And we will have a sunny day tomorrow. Things look really quite quiet. So we don't have much to worry about here as we go through the next 24 hours or so, even 36 hours. It'll be all quiet on the weather front overnight. Clear skies. That'll allow temps to plummet too, down into the 20s overnight. It'll be a chilly night tonight. Back to tomorrow then. We're going to be sunny through the day tomorrow. Not a lot of wind and pretty calm weather conditions going on out here. So really nothing to worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow's a top 10 day here, certainly in the upper echelon of the last few days, as we aren't going to have wind to deal with, and we're going to have a lot of sun. Again, even clouds going to be very, very thin tomorrow. Temperatures are going to go into the 60s, well into the 60s here across the region. Now let's take a look at our extended outlook. This is Sunday morning. This system actually moved in Saturday night. By Sunday morning, we have snow going on across the area on into Sunday evening and into Monday, and then kind of maybe a brief lull before a redevelopment on into Tuesday and Tuesday evening. Before Wednesday, everything pushes off and away from us. So we do have an increasing pattern coming in of some snow chances. Now, it's still too early to talk about what we're looking at in terms of total snowfall amounts. We have a couple of models to show you. This is the European model with heavier snows here in the high country, moderate snows right into portions of northwestern Nebraska Panhandle and eastern portions of Wyoming. These are an area of moderate snow here, lighter snows off into central Nebraska. They show a bigger swath of snow as opposed to the United States models. Again, still a similar swath and really pretty similar model runs, not maybe as much heavier snow in the high country, but still showing a light to moderate amount of snow for most of us. So it looks like we could be dealing with accumulating snows. Nonetheless, we will be dealing with much colder temperatures starting Saturday night and really through most of next week. Clear and cool tonight, 26 tomorrow, lots of sun. Really nice tomorrow. Get out and enjoy that one. 66, winds only at 5 to 10 miles an hour. And then by late Saturday, rain, and it will quickly turn over to snow. We'll be in the 60s to start the day, down into the mid-20s by the end of the night, only into the mid-30s on Sunday with a chance of snow throughout the day. Another reinforcing shot of some snow again Monday night into Tuesday. And look at those temperatures plummet even more Tuesday. Right now we're talking about highs only in the low 20s and a Tuesday night low into Wednesday morning that could get down into the lower single digits. So a big change coming, an abrupt one at that, as we have a couple of very mild days and then sharply colder. So prepare now for colder, active, and snowy weather.
Meet Toberfest, the famous once-a-year sandwich celebration of all things beer, cheese, mustard, and pretzel roll, now happening all over the world, in America, in Arby's. Arby's, we have the meats.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Welcome back. You're a monster and deserve to spend the rest of your life in a cage. Well, those were the comments from District Court Judge Travis O'Gorman as he gave a Chadron man the maximum sentence on 3 felony charges in a child sexual assault and abuse case. Clint Canaday had pleaded guilty in July to sexual assault of a child, child abuse with intentional injury, and child abuse without injury. At sentencing on Tuesday, O'Gorman gave Canaday consecutive terms of 50 years to life, 20 to 30 years, and 2 years for each of the respective charges. The judge said in the pre-sentence investigation report it was one of the toughest he had ever had to read, and it made clear that the 3 children involved would never be the same. Sticking with the courts, a 32-year-old Scottsbluff man has been given 2 concurrent prison terms of 45 to 50 years following his arrest in February stemming from a child sexual assault investigation. Joseph Aguilar was initially charged with 5 counts of first-degree sexual assault of a child and 2 counts of third-degree sexual assault on a child. Scottsbluff police say the case started after a woman told authorities her young son informed her of repeated assaults by Aguilar. During a capstone interview, the boy said the suspect sexually assaulted him multiple times in the boy's home, and in a subsequent interview involving the boy's sister, she confirmed her brother's account and said she too had been assaulted. In August, Aguilar pleaded no contest to 2 amended charges of first-degree sexual assault. He will have to register as a sex offender upon release, but will not be eligible for parole until 2041. And it was a twofold visit to Scottsbluff and Gering this morning for Nebraska Lieutenant Governor Mike Foley, who began the morning with a tour of the renovations underway at Scottsbluff National Monument and a tour of the Legacy of the Plains Museum. Foley then visiting Aulick Industries in Scottsbluff to discuss the apprenticeship program they implemented last year with the Nebraska Department of Labor. Facing current and future workforce shortages, Foley says we need to shift our attention to the many skilled jobs that are still available throughout the state.
We've done such a great job over all the recent decades of encouraging every last student to go down to the university and get that 4-year degree, or go to the state college and get a 4-year degree. And that's a great path for a lot of our kids. It's not the right path for everybody. There's some fabulous career opportunities right here in high-tech manufacturing, lots of wonderful businesses in Nebraska that'll pay a good paycheck with benefits.
Foley said he's been meeting with business leaders across the state who keep telling him that worker shortages are one of their biggest challenges. Well, straight ahead, Chris Cottrell steps in with KNEB.TV Sports and a look at what you can expect in the sporting world heading into the weekend.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more, tow more, go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
You said yes. Together, you planned every detail. You married. And then you realized 500 square feet just isn't enough room for 2. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. You decide to add another to your family. You start reading parenting books. You're amazed that such a small human could need so much space. When life happens, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Now, sports from the First National Bank Sports Desk. First National Bank of North Platte, the bank to think of first.
Plenty of prep activities to cover on today's update as we head into the weekend. Let's start with tonight, as we'll have a pair of high school volleyball matches here at the station, right here on KNEB.TV. It's Gering looking to bounce back from a loss at home to Sydney earlier this week as they're traveling to play at Bridgeport, and then a little bit later of a start for senior night activities at Scottsbluff, with the Cats taking on Torrington. Also for volleyball, the sub-district brackets came out today. Those tournaments start early next week. In the Class B sub-district, it'll be Sydney, the top seed, followed by Alliance, Gering, and Scottsbluff. Semifinal matches next Tuesday night, and then the tournament title match would be on Wednesday. Tomorrow's going to be a big day on the links for runners. The state cross-country meet taking place for all classes at the country club in Kearney. Both teams for Gering qualified through districts, along with the Scottsbluff girls in Class B. In Class C, the Shadron and Mitchell girls, plus Sidney and Mitchell on the boys' side. And in Class D, you've got Baird and Bridgeport with their girls' teams all getting through districts to qualify for state tomorrow. Again, all classes tomorrow starting at noon for the state cross-country championships. Again, that's in Kearney. And high school football in the area. One game tonight of note, the Morrill Lions hosting Sutherland. Morrill still in a position to make the playoffs in D1. Going to be a tough out tonight, though, for 4-3 Morrill. Sutherland comes in undefeated 7-0. The Lions currently 38th in power points. Our game tomorrow here on KNEB.TV, Pitt's Bridgeport hosting Hershey. Chuck Schwartz will have that one starting at 5:45, kick at 6 o'clock, and plenty on the line for Scottsbluff. With a win, should lock up the overall #1 seed in Class B. A loss, and they'll drop to possibly the 3 seed. Right now, if they get that top seed, could be looking at teams like Blair or Beatrice in round 1. Former Gering coach Todd Eckert, the head coach over at Beatrice. And for Gering, a game for pride up at Shadron tomorrow night. No playoff implications with this one as the Bulldogs travel to play at the Shadron High Cardinals. Shadron comes in having lost 3 straight, coming into action tomorrow night with this matchup with Gering. That will do it today. That's the latest right here from the First National Bank Sports Desk. I'm Chris Cottrell. We'll have more coming up right after this on KNEB.TV.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank. We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Here's the latest on the KNEB.TV community calendar.
That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Find out what convenient really means at the Western Travel Terminal. Start with our great selection of food and drinks, from for real milkshakes and fresh brewed coffee to snacks and hot food. Next, check out our beer and spirits with their everyday low prices. Finally, let us work for you with our full-service gas station and automatic truck and car wash. All this can be found at 822 South Beltline in Scottsbluff. Western Travel Terminal, your convenient shopping, restaurant, and full-service gas leader.
Local lending. We're here for you from start to finish. Keeping money in our economy, supporting local jobs, giving back to our community, investing in entrepreneurship, making our quiet towns a destination. At Platte Valley Bank, we support local because we are local.
Christmas is in the air at Compliments for you and your home. Come in today to see all the Christmas decor you'll need to help brighten up your house, from tree decorations to carolers and Santas. We also have beautiful and original ladies' fashions for the holiday season, which appeal to women of all ages and sizes. And for the cold nights, bundle up in some coffee shop clothing. Compliments for you and your home, 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
And finally tonight, it's time to honor the First State Bank Community Champion for the month of October.
The First State Bank Community Champion for the month of October is Eddie Jones, the Senior Dog Kennel Tech at the Panhandle Humane Society. This week, First State Bank representatives made a surprise visit to PHS to recognize Eddie.
And it says, as the vet tech, senior dog kennel tech, Eddie works very hard preparing the kennel space along with his co-workers, keeping it clean and comfortable for the dogs. Eddie is instrumental in working with the media to help promote animal adoptions. And we are so happy to have you as our community champion. That's for you. We appreciate everything you do. I know Tracy appreciates everything you do for these dogs and cats. And this is a little thing for your desk. And First State Bank will donate $100 to the charity of your choice. And you just let us know what that may be.
Awesome. Week in and week out, Eddie gives it his all to ensure that all dogs have the best environment to stay in before finding their forever home. And he says it's a labor of love.
It is. It's for the animals, but I couldn't do it without my team here. I mean, the team here is the backbone of it also. You know, they are always behind me. If something's not right, they're on it. Oh wow, this is crazy. But I couldn't do it without these guys, and I do it for the dogs. All of us do it for the dogs and cats. I don't know. It's just us. We're just animal people, and we do it for them.
He says the success stories are what keeps him going, and saw it just as recently as last week with a dog named Smokey.
He came in not very nice, and even his vet records were saying that he was aggressive, and he was on different type of medications, and we worked with him, and Takaya worked with him a lot, got him to know people. He hated men. He ended up loving them. By the end of the whole deal, kids were walking him, loved everybody. One of the greatest dogs we've had here. I mean, he went from nothing to something, you know, so it was a good finish.
Eddie tells us that working with these dogs is his passion, and he's always had a connection to animals.
Yeah, I've always loved animals. I've had every type of farm animal. I've had mice, fish, you name it. I've had every animal I can think of, and that's all I really know is animals. I just have a connection, I think, that I really like, so.
Congratulations once again to Eddie Jones, the First State Bank Community Champion for October.
If you'd like to nominate someone who has gone above and beyond to make a positive impact in our community, you can find community champion nomination forms online at www.fsbcentral.com. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you here next time.